It's the one animal that you can do so much with, on and off it. That confidence they give you, that self-esteem that grows inside of you with them. It shows and allows you to actually say, hey, I'm actually good at this thing.
Natasha Lacey is an equine therapist. Equine, or horse therapy, involves horses interacting with people to help them heal. An experiential form of therapy, the patient does set activities and simple tasks with the horse during a session. The way they approach the activities gives an understanding of the personality or mental state of the patient. It's also simply about being able to bond with the horse.
Yay, Angie, that was amazing, you're cured.
Natasha works as a counsellor at 𝗃𝗓𝗋𝗋𝗋, a rehabilitation centre on the outskirts of Nelspruit. The patients here, young and old, are battling to overcome the tentacles of addiction. Hard drugs, alcohol, eating disorders.
It's one of the darkest places you can be. It's kind of like no man's land. Well, it is no man's land because you've either hit rock bottom or you're on your way there.
Natasha knows this because she has travelled the road of addiction. She was 8 years old when her father died, and it was in horses she found her salvation.
I had a really good friend, 𝗀𝗁𝗃, and she introduced me to horses. One day she just said, don't you want to get on? So I got on this tiny little pony, Caramel Crunch, and from then I was hooked. So that kind of pulled me out of the hole that I was in.
She went from strength to strength. At 17, show jumping and eventing for Western Province. But the pressure of the lifestyle began to get the better of her. In her 20s, Natasha seemed to be leading the life, a cabin attendant with a leading airline, travelling the world and partying in every city. But she was hiding some dark secrets.
You would think there was nothing wrong there, but I was living a double life. When we would get to the layover or the destination, I would go down to the bar and drink and party because I knew I was in denial about the truth of who I am and what I'm doing.
It was only a matter of time before she would reach rock bottom, and it happened in dramatic style.
I ended up getting into my mum's car. I went driving and I went onto Rhodes Drive, and I was actually driving to my ex-boyfriend's house because I knew he had drugs as well. And I had my vodka Red Bull in the glass, in the cup holder, with a bottle of vodka in the back. I lost control. I overcorrected the turn coming down Camps Bay, and I rolled my mum's car down the mountain. And luckily, someone's construction fence stopped me, and the car is completely trashed. Luckily, no one else was caught in the accident because I would have killed them.
I always thought that I would be able to help her myself because when you're a mom, you think you can heal the world and you can protect your child from everything. And it took me a long, long time to accept that I wasn't going to fix her. I couldn't help her.
In 2016, Natasha ended up here at 𝗃𝗓𝗋𝗋𝗋.
I thought I was coming to a holiday camp, gonna ride horses, gonna chill on the dam, and you know, I thought it was gonna be like the clinic I was in, but it was completely different. It was, you know, you have to tell us your incidents that's happened in your life story, and you've got to be honest. What changed is that I started to see that there's other me's here, as in there's other people here that have screwed up as well. I started to see that you can recover from this, and for once there was hope in my life.
Part of Natasha's healing journey was reconnecting with horses here at the rehab, where horse riding was an option.
Horses, they show their emotion. They put their boundaries down and, you know, they tell others what they want. The big heart that they have. They want to follow you. They want a leader, and they're counting on that person.
After a year, Natasha transitioned to being a volunteer, and a year later stayed on as a counsellor, using her passion and expertise in expanding the stables and bringing in equine therapy for the residents. 2 years ago, Natasha trained under American equine therapist 𝗀𝗫𝗃, who's a frequent visitor to the centre. It took her own understanding of healing with horses to a new level.
she really opened my eyes up to the more therapeutic side of it, the psychotherapy, and she actually made it more on a personal level with the resident. Why not have a companion with you doing certain activities that if you get something wrong, you've got someone to lean on, or you've got, the horse might show you something in his body language, or you might get an activity wrong that we can help you with.
I actually don't know how to describe it. You feel this major sense of like compassion from the horse. They don't shy away from your affection. They will either come and nudge you with their head or love you.
When Angelique Kennedy arrived here with an eating disorder, she was skin and bone, weighing just 33 kilos.
But 33 is dangerously thin.
Yeah. With my eating disorder, it had a way of just creeping back on me. I had a problem with alcohol, so that just fueled my eating disorder.
But Angie, look at you now.
Yeah.
How have you got over this?
It wasn't easy. To be honest, I don't think I'll be ever over it. But being here, I have people that actually like motivated me and pushed me to make the right decision. And being with the horses, because just the silent comfort when you feel like nobody understands you.
The renowned American horse trainer Monty Roberts, who uses what he calls join-up as the core of his methods, has had a massive influence on 𝗃tasha's life and her healing.
We interviewed Monty when he came to South Africa a few years ago.
Monty, that was totally impromptu. We were passing by and you noticed this horse wanted to play.
Yeah, and the horse is a little bored out here, and a new guy comes by and he's saying hello, and so I said hello to him. It's just a natural kind of a conversational thing, like passing a friend on the street.
Monty cracked the code of human and horse communication. He called the process join-up.
It's a communication with your body language and with the horse. So you have to be talking to the horse through your body. And if you do it clearly and correctly, the horse will actually show you certain gestures. It's what I base quite a lot of my therapeutic practices with the guys here. And when you get that moment of join-up, that horse actually stops, just at a 45-degree angle. It's a level of trust and a level of willingness and openness from the resident that the horse needs, because the horse is looking for a follower. Your eye on his eye, and then you just gesture for him to go.
It takes time and patience, as I soon found out.
Straight in the eye.
There you go.
But eventually,
So it's all about body language. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
And again.
What about a bit of this one, eh?
Yeah.
Chalky, let's go.
Yes, super.
Go, Chalky.
Watching Tash grow to the woman now and watching these stables grow with her has been really phenomenal. In just helping Tash to learn to manage things, to have this freedom to grow it, we went from 4 horses to now a whole stable. I want to say she grew with the Equine.
With the horses.
Yeah, yes.
𝗃tasha hasn't touched drugs or alcohol for more than 4 years, and her own journey has made her an advocate for what we can learn from these noble steeds.
And just before lockdown, she married David Lacey, program director and counsellor at Healing Wings.
So do you come second to the horses?
Well, on her trailer, there's a sticker, take my boyfriend, leave my horse. So I think, yeah, on paper I'm first, but in reality, the horses might be first.
How do you see 𝗃tasha these days? Is it in a new light?
To have a child that is healthy and well, clean and sober, I think I've won the jackpot. And then you've got gorgeous Dave in the picture as well. When I think how close I came to losing her, I get quite shaky about it, because leading up to it, you think, no, it'll be okay. Until it's not. You think, jeepers, if I don't do something soon, I'm not going to have a child.
𝗃tasha, how do you change when you're bonding with a horse?
I think I become a lot more secure in myself because I know what I'm doing.
Does it take you back sometimes?
It does. It's like a feeling when I was little. And I see that a horse is also kind of stubborn and immature, and they like to play as well. So I can be serious sometimes, but when I want to, you know, just have fun, I can have fun too.